Hello guys, let's continue, and today I want to learn about AI agents. And basically, so my task is to try to learn AI agents and coding agents and use them in my work. So I work as a bioinformatician, and let's cover some basics about AI agents today, which are relevant to our work. I just want to briefly remind you about what we discussed last time, and it was large language model. The large language model is a core or the backbone of all agentic coding nowadays. And these models, they just try to predict the new word. This is a key feature of them, and this is just as a reminder, visual explanation. So let's say that we have sequence of words, peanut butter and empty space, and then model tries to predict most possible outcome. And for example, in this case, let's say that it predicts us the jelly. And this is a key feature of the large language model. Also, last time we saw that on top of the large language model, we can build an assistant, which we usually see right now as a ChatGPT or all these chatbots where we can interact and ask questions, and they are trained in the way that they allow us to, for example, ask a question and then get some response from the model. So, and this is just a visual explanation, something that we did last time. So we were able to, for example, send some questions, and then model or AI assistant responded us. Then we can, for example, send files, get it back. But the problem is, in this way, we are like as an intermediate part in some tool, and we want to get rid of it. We want like to let the model or like AI agent to do the work instead of us. So we will just like wait until the work is done, and then we will just review and check the final result. And today we will see that we can, for example, install particular software which is called usually AI agents on our own machines, and this will allow the model to be able to work with the directories, files that we have on our machine, and because of that we will be able to use these agents to build or to write code from scratch and build our own applications. Okay, and today we will do it in the following way. So we will follow this schematic. First of all, we will plan something. We will make a plan for our agent. Then we will ask agent to perform some actions, for example, with our code base, with our application. Then we will verify the results by, for example, looking on some diagrams, charts, etc. Or even we can take a look on the code itself, check it. And then, for example, we can like continue work, reflect on the results, and then start from the scratch, create a new plan for new features to be implemented or something like that. And let's now switch to examples. So I will show you, for example, how can we use some type of the agents which are already installed on my machine. And in case if you have some problems with installation, you can let me know in the comment section, and in this way, and in this case, I will show you how to install agents to your own machine. So today probably I will just show you one example, because there are a lot of different agents that you can install. And basically, let's now switch to the terminal and let's see agents in action. As an example, let's install Codex CLI. Basically, Codex CLI is an agent that works in a terminal and developed by OpenAI. And to install it, so you can go basically to the developers openai.com Codex CLI. This is the original website. And here is the instruction how to install it on your system, and they cover macOS, Linux, Windows. Also, you can use different package managers, and in my case I will use npm, and I'll install it using the npm install global OpenAI Codex. And if be honest, I already did it, so when I execute this statement, it will not install the package, it just probably make some updates. But that's it. And now we can spin up the agent inside the current working directories. I'm right now in this folder, and now I can run Codex agent by simply putting Codex command and execute it. So in your case, if you do it first time, probably it will ask you to put your credentials, so you will need to log in through the OpenAI website. In my case, I already did it, and this is the interface of agent. So basically you can see this is OpenAI Codex, there is the model information, directory, and yeah, so this is probably the typical view of all modern agents that are working in terminal. And now we can communicate with the agent, with the model, by simply putting some messages here. So for example, we can write hello, and this will send the message to the model, and model responds us, hello, what would you like to work on in this folder? And I want to cover the main idea, main difference between the agent and the AI assistant that is working as a chatbot application. So in chatbot application, we usually communicate and we get some responses. But in this case, we provide the access for the model to our system. And in this case, the model has some tools. For example, model can write, read, and execute some different bash scripts on our machine. So and let's, for example, I want to demonstrate you that it's indeed true. For example, I'll ask the following thing to perform by the model, by the agent. So create a new file called random lines.txt and put 2 random text lines to this file in current working directory. So let's send this message to the model. And also I have opened the current folder in the Visual Studio Code. So as you can see, this is a new file that just appeared here, and here this is the output of the agent. So basically this is a summary after the work was done. So I'll add random lines.txt in the current workspace with 2 simple random text lines. And if we open it, so basically it's indeed was created by the model. So now we can say delete the file, and for example we can use add symbol and provide the name of the file. So now Codex knows that we want to delete this file. Let's just execute this command, and as you can see, so the file was deleted by the agent. And this probably also might raise you a question about the security. So as you can see, agent has access to deleting files. So basically sometimes it might be very dangerous in case if you delete something that you didn't want to delete, to be honest. So you need to take care about what agent is doing, and this is one of the topics that I want to cover in next videos about how to make the interaction with the agents in a more secure way. Also today I want just to show you some way how can we use agent, but basically there are a lot of different options and we will cover different things alongside of this video series. So for now I just want to show you how, for example, you can speed up the process of learning of new code base. For example, we can ask the agent, explain me the code base of this project. So let's just send this message, and now agent is working. Basically, agent will read files in current working directory and make some summary overview, some report about project that is opened in this session. It's done, and now we can go over this report. So basically it's saying that this is a small Streamlit app. Streamlit, it's a package in Python that allows to create some interactive dashboards, and this particular application is implemented for exploring DNA FASTA records. If you don't know what is a FASTA file, it's simply, so we can open it, it's simply like a bunch of characters, ACGT, and this is a nucleotides of DNA sequence, and in this particular case we have sequence of bacteria E. coli. The application that is written under this folder, it's basically some interactive dashboard that we can use. And if be honest, let's even check the dashboard. So I'll just show you how it looks like. We can run streamlit run app.py, and this will host on our local host the application that is specified under this folder. So basically, as you can see, this is some summary overview, and this full application also was written by Codex CLI, but I didn't cover it in this video. But basically everything what you see right now here, it was written by Codex CLI, and this is just a summary overview, some statistics, distribution of different things, not very important for us. But what is interesting, if we go back and if we check the output, in the end we can see that there is some potential issue that was identified by the agent by simply exploring the code base. If be honest, I didn't expect it to catch this error right away. I thought that it will just make some overview, but as you can see, even in this case, it catches some issue, and it's saying that in folder util sequence metrics.py, there is likely a bug in the file, in the function which is called gc content. And if be honest, I made this bug on purpose. Just I want to show you that these agents are capable of identifying some bugs. In this case, for sure, it's like a very simple bug. It's not like something sophisticated, something very complex. But even in this case, it's just like a overview that these systems can be used to improve your work. For example, you can test your solution against the model and ask whether there are some like weak parts in it. And in this case, we see that there is a bug which was identified. And now we can ask, for example, fix a bug that was identified by the model. So fix the bug that you identified in the GC content calculation. So let's just run it. And to be honest, before I run, I want to open this particular function. So this is a function, and the function is supposed to count number of G and C characters inside of the sequence. But in this case, I on purpose did a mistake. So I used A instead of G, and let's see how it works. So basically it's just a showcase that you can speed up your programming by using the agents. So let's just send this task to the agent, and now it works. So here we see the output of the agent. As you can see, it provides us a div of this file. So we can see that before it was counts A plus count C, now it's counts G plus count C. And that's it. So basically, if we open the file, you can see that function was fixed. So that's it for today. It was just a very brief overview of agents, and I showed you how you can install Codex CLI. There are plenty of different agents that are available on the market, and we will cover some of them later in the videos. But if you like the video, please stay tuned with me and let's go together and let's learn together about agents and how can we use them to speed up our software engineering and programming. So see you next time.